Reacting to a CImo ban list video without sound. So, for me, looking through CImo's ban list predictions here, I looked through these a little bit earlier, and I wanted to touch on some of these because this isn't horrible. This man's actually in touch with the game. Commenters don't understand, especially people in Zodiac. They're like, oh, CImo doesn't know what he's talking about sometimes. It's your opinion. Alright, so he did his ban list roulette video. You guys can check that out. So first up, first straight ban we had was the Dragon Buster, the Destruction Sword. I do agree, CImo emoji face here. Alright, this card, I'm still saying that we're either going after the Union Carrier or we're going after the Dragon Buster Sword. You take your poison on this however you want. You flip the coin, alright? Heads, it dies on the Union Carrier. Tails, it dies on the Dragon Buster. Alright, we understand that this card is perpetually imbalanced for the game as it stands right now because of Union Carrier. But why hit the problem card, which is Union Carrier, when we can just ban the Dragon Buster Destruction Sword? I'm sorry, Buster Blader players. You guys had to pay the price for this. It's so dumb, actually. Alright, what else we got here? We have more CImo emoji faces. Man, that's a lot to talk about here. Alright, next up, what we got here? Oh, I see that. Smug CImo face. Alright, Guard Dragon LP getting banned. Now, I do kind of agree with this, actually. I think that this card is very bad for the game if we want to clean up Dragon Link. I do kind of feel that players do think that this is just going to be a collateral hit along the board. And I do understand where that reasoning comes from a lot of the player base. I do think that continuing to leave this card alone will cause implications for future ban list, or future card making, actually. It's one cool thing that you have to kind of look at when Konami makes these cards. Unfortunately, at the end of the day, this card does hinder future card design. Same thing with Pisty, alright? You now have a single card in the great game that says 1 level 4 lower dragon monster, special summon any dragon from your deck. Well, if that exists, then unfortunately we have to be careful in how we design future dragons. So actually by banning this, we're actually fixing future, we're basically foolproofing future dragon design. And when you look at it from that aspect, besides the card being troublesome, like, players, you have to understand that when cards like this exist, these do hurt future card design making skills. Even though it's really hard to make Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Let's see here. What else we got? Long talk there. This card. I do agree, CImo face. I feel the pain in your eyes. Alright, so we have Link Cross here. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. The entire debate in the entire community has been, do we kill Howly Fibrax, or do we take care of our dear friend Link Cross? Link Cross gives the tokens, which is the issue. Farfa mentioned going after the Martial Metal Marcher. I do think that the Martial Metal could be a better hit, depending on where things go, depending on the format. It really just depends. It depends on Konami marketing and what they want to approach for future list. But this card is very troublesome to the game. And once again, hinders future card design. That's my favorite topic for this video. It's almost like we just having any Link monster turned into 2, 3, 4 tokens is a little bit of an absurdity. Alright? Let's be honest. Hey, talking about Hulk here. Like I said, it's your choice, Konami. Whichever one that you're going with, one of the two of them needs to go. It's really up in the air. I think every Yu-Gi-Oh player, yep, I agree with this. Smoke Grenade also is hindering the game. Well, Rob, you just want Infernal Knights to die. No, I don't. I wish there would be a way that we could allow Infernal Knights to continue. Well, they'll probably still exist. They're not going to be as good as they are with Smoke Grenade, I'm going to be honest with you guys. But when you have hand-ripping capabilities, we've talked about this, guys. You understand that knowledge of the hand is absurd. All right, this is a card that you cannot allow to exist in the game. All right, so please clean this up. It really is going to stink, though, because this card just got a super printing in the OTS pack, and we already want it gone. All right, like, I understand that. Anybody else notice there's a lot of cards that we need to clean up? All right. Now, I'm not gonna go too crazy on this. You're either for Misc going to 1, or you want Misc banned. All right, and I'm going to be honest with you guys. This card is a target by every player right now. Every player is kind of up in the air about this card. A lot of players are like, well, you can beat dinos by just citing in the Lancias, and I understand that. The other side of the player base here is like, not put Misc to 1. You got even people in the camp over here that want to ban Misc. All right, I'm not a super huge fan of anything other than putting the card to 1. I don't think it's fair to ban the card. I think banning it is a little bit too crazy. But simply just checking it back to 1, I think fixes a lot of the options. So, agreeable on that. Cimo's also got Harpo here coming back to 1. And the more I've been listening to some of these YugiTuber arguments for this, the OCG's got this card at 1. And as of late, the card's not really doing a lot. I mean, yeah, it still allows some sort of Orcust combo, but Orcust combo's not what it was 2 to 3 years ago. We've two to 3 years ago, we've really bridged that gap between where the game has gone and where it's going at this point. So maybe allowing one more versatile deck into the game wouldn't be such a bad option. I honestly do think the Harp can come back to 1. This doesn't bother me as much as I thought it would. I agree with Cimo. Mirage Stalio here. I've been asked by a few people, is it okay to bring Stalio back? I don't see an issue with this. You gas up Salad a little bit. I feel like this probably isn't going to happen, though. While we all agree that more decks in the format would be a nice thing, I don't think Konami really likes that option right now. While I think Harp, Mirage, and Engage can all come back to higher numbers, I feel like we're just kind of keeping them locked up for really no reason. Oh. He has VFD up. This is the 1 section, right? Tricking of all calamities, not at 0, but at 1. I also don't see Zexel so far. Alright. Electromight, yeah. I agree with this face, Cimo. I feel that. Electromight coming back to 1. I know a lot of people hate Pendulum. Triff's going to poop his pants a little bit. I expect full 20-minute documentary of Triff pooping on how Electromight coming back. They're going to want to push. Well, actually, I said that about Infernity, too. We were like, oh, what crazy Infernity stuff are they going to give us back? But they didn't do anything. But Electromight back at 1 would stir the masses. They would be very excited for this. Outside of that, we'll see. But this would be a direct push to Cell Blazing Vortex. And this would definitely spicing up the format a little bit. That's for sure. We also talked about, he also has Engage here. Engage coming back. I'm fine with it. I don't see an issue with this. Once again, I feel like it's just one of those things. There's no particular here. He was talking about Call by the Grave moving to 2. I also don't have an issue with this either. The card being at 1 has been kind of crappy. But this is a card I don't really want to see at 3. Does it make sense? I do miss the card, though. Outside of that, he also had these moving to 3. I don't really want to see Toad back at 3 in my life. But Seer Graph are fine. ABC Dragon Buster, I guess, moving is fine. And as a sub-note, we talked about Dragoon. And I do agree with what he was saying about this. Because once we lower the ceiling on the format, I also talked about this too. Once you knock down that ceiling, Dragoon's going to go crazy again. Like, this is just a ticking time bomb here to just kind of see what's going to happen. So, I mean, CImo makes pretty much every point that I think everybody wants to have here. I do want to say, wrapping this up, that there are a lot of issues still. Even if VFD gets hit to 1, if Konami leaves Zexel and things like that, we understand these are going to be issues. Whatever we do actually end up seeing on the list here, though, I do agree with Cimo's choices here. A lot of these are very good. I don't have any issues with these whatsoever. I do like what is to come here out of everything. And unfortunately, this is a ban list where we need a lot of bans to fix a lot of the problems in the game. And unless those happen, whew, interesting time, I guess. So, guys, what do you agree? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. And, well, see your beautiful faces later on in the day. Peace out, guys. Thank you, patrons, for making the ride never truly end. Without you guys' support, well, I would probably be doing Truffle Shuffle videos for a living. Guys, please check out VanCole40 for all of your Cardfight Vanguard content brought to you by MCole40. And if you are looking to pick up singles, check out mcolegames.com for your trading card game needs. Thanks for watching, everybody.